guys, and welcome back to another episode of Dana with the Data. What happens when a prosecutor gets disqualified from a high-profile case? Well, in Georgia, they might end up paying millions of dollars to the very people they tried to prosecute. Today, we're breaking down a major legal development in the aftermath of the now dismissed Georgia election case against President Donald Trump. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, just suffered a significant legal blow, and the implications could be massive. Not just for her office, but for Georgia taxpayers and the future of prosecutorial conduct in the state. Let's dive in. First, let's set the stage. Back in August 2023, Fani Willis made headlines when she indicted Donald Trump and 18 co-defendants for allegedly conspiring to overturn Joe Biden's narrow victory in Georgia during the 2020 election. Well, we all know Donald Trump was right. However, but the case took a dramatic turn. In December of 2024, Fani Willis was removed from the case entirely. Why? Trump and his co-defendants argued that her romantic relationship with Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade created a conflict of interest. They also claimed she made improper public statements about the case. The Georgia Supreme Court declined to review her removal in September of 2025, and by November, the entire case was dismissed. Now, here's where it gets interesting. After the dismissal, Trump and his co-defendants did something that could change the game. They demanded reimbursement for their legal fees. We're talking about $17 million in total. Trump alone is seeking more than $6.2 million.
Cases, which is all that I do, are flat fees. They are based on my assessment of how much time it may take, what the value of my services may be, what I think I may be able to accomplish. That's what goes into the determination to set the fee at $1.5 million here. I feel for the people of Fulton County because Fani Willis has involved herself in improper conduct. She's now set up a situation where her office, from funds that have been collected through Fulton County, will have to pay for it. It's Fani Willis's fault. At the same time, maybe Fani Willis will tell us how much money she spent from her budget pursuing this politically motivated case against President Trump.
So how can they demand this money? Well, there's a 2025 Georgia law that allows defendants to recover attorney fees after a prosecutor is disqualified and the case is later dismissed. Willis' office tried to fight back. They filed a motion to intervene in the litigation, arguing that the statute was unconstitutional and that her disqualification didn't actually cause the dismissal of the case.
I think has been very much made clear by the argument and the made today is that there are several legal issues to sort through, several factual determinations that I have to make, and those are ones I can make at this moment. And so I will be taking the time to make sure that I give this case the full consideration it's due. I hope to have an answer for everyone within the next 2 weeks.
But this week, Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee rejected her attempt to block the claims. And his reasoning is crucial here. Judge McAfee said that Willis' office had no legal basis to intervene in a case after being disqualified. He pointed out that the state was already represented by a temporary district attorney who was appointed after Willis' removal, meaning the office interests were already being represented. In other words, once you're disqualified, you're out. You don't get to come back and fight about the consequences. However, and this is important, McAfee did grant Fulton County permission to intervene. Why? Because the county funds most of the district attorney's office, and they could ultimately be the ones footing the bill for any payments. Let's talk about what's at stake here, because this is about more than just one case. First, there's a financial impact. If these fee awards are granted, we're looking at a potential $17 million coming out of Fulton County, which means taxpayers could be on the hook for a massive bill because of prosecutorial misconduct. Trump's lead Georgia attorney, Steve Sado, praised the decision, saying Judge McAfee properly denied DA Willis' motion to intervene because her disqualification for improper conduct bars Willis and her office from any further participation in this dismissed Lawfare case. The word lawfare is significant. It's the idea of using legal proceedings as a weapon for political purposes. And if these reimbursements go through, it could set a powerful precedent. Second, this could fundamentally change how conflicts of interest and prosecutorial disqualifications are handled in Georgia. If prosecutors know they could be personally or professionally liable for millions in legal fees when they're disqualified, it might make them think twice about potential conflicts. Willis herself said after disqualification, "I hope that whoever is assigned to handle the case will have the courage to do what the evidence and the law demand." But Trump had his own take, telling reporters what Fani Willis did to innocent people, patriots that love our country, what she did to them by indicting them and destroying them, she should be put in jail. And a lot of people agree with that. So what happens now? A Georgia judge will need to evaluate whether these fee claims, including Trump's $6.2 million request, are reasonable under the statute. This process could take weeks or months, and you can bet there will be appeals no matter which way it goes. The courts will ultimately decide whether and to what extent the district attorney's office or county taxpayers must pay. And their decision could shape how future conflicts and disqualifications are handled in Georgia prosecutions for years to come. This isn't just about one case or one prosecutor. This is about accountability, about the limits of prosecutorial power, and about what happens when the system itself becomes the story. The Fani Willis case has been a legal roller coaster from the beginning. But this latest development shows that the consequences of prosecutorial misconduct can extend far beyond just losing a case. Whether you see this as justice being served or as a chilling effect on prosecutors doing their jobs, one thing is clear: the legal battle isn't over. It's just entering a new phase, one where the price tag is measured in millions and the president could last for decades. So guys, tell me what you think. Should prosecutors be held financially accountable when they're disqualified for misconduct? Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.
Dana with the data. Dana with the data.